Okay, so today's prophetic word is going to be foxes and torches. Foxes and torches. Okay. And we are going to be talking about Samson. Hey, and I am going to be reading from Judges chapter 15. Hey, I say. And I'll jump right into it. Okay. So while I'm reading, okay, I will pause in between, I say, to give the revelation and verification that God was showing me. Okay. So I got my Holy Bible, okay. And we are coming from Judges chapter 15. If you want to get yours, I advise you to do so. So Judges chapter 15 says, after some days at the time of wheat harvest, Samson went to visit his wife with a young goat. And he said, I will go into my wife in the chamber. But her father would not allow him to go in. And her father said, I really thought that you utterly hated her. So I gave her to your companion. Is not her younger sister more beautiful than she? Please take her instead. Okay. Pause. Okay. So what's going on here is Samson, I say, is going to visit his wife. Okay. And scripture is talking about how when Samson is going to visit his wife, he has a young goat with him. Okay. So he's not just, I say, coming barehanded. Okay. He comes bearing, okay, gifts and provision. Okay. I say. So Samson is on his way to visit his wife, and he has a young goat with him. Hey, but it talks about that I say when Samson is on his way to his wife, how he's saying, I will go into my wife in the chamber. So he's speaking of he'll go into her, he'll go and be intimate with her. So he's going to visit his wife to be intimate with her. I say, but it talks about, scripture is talking about how her father would not allow him to come in. Hey, so in Judges chapter 15, verse 2, it says, and her father said, I really thought you utterly hated her, so I gave her to your companion. So here Samson is. He coming to visit his wife. He bearing gifts, and provision, which is the young goat. And her father will not allow him in. So her father's reasoning for not allowing him in is because he says, I thought you utterly hated her. He thought that, so Samson's wife father, which is Samson's father-in-law, thought that Samson utterly hated his wife. So Samson's wife father gave her away to Samson's companion, to another man. I say. Hey, so in Judges chapter 15, verse 2, it says, and her father said, I really thought that you utterly hated her, so I gave her to your companion. Is not her younger sister more beautiful than she? Please take her instead. So not only do the father give Samson's wife away, but then he goes to offer the little sister. I say the little sister to Samson. Here, take her instead. Okay. In Judges chapter 15, verse 3, it says, and Samson said to them, this time I shall be innocent in regard to the Philistines when I do them harm. Okay. So pause. At this time, okay, Samson, so we need to know that Samson is a Nazarite of God. He's a man of great strength, okay, and he's been a Nazarite to God since his birth. His hair is not to be cut, okay, and he's a man of great strength, okay. So Samson was always in opposition with the Philistines. I said. So they were always warring, I say, and going back and forth. So Samson is saying here, in so many words, when I do something this time, I shall be innocent. Okay. When I do something, I say to harm them, I shall be innocent. Because Samson is saying, because they gave my wife away. I say. So in Judges chapter 15, verse 3, it says, and Samson said to them, this time I shall be innocent in regard to the Philistines when I do them harm. So Samson went and caught 300 foxes and took torches, and he turned them tail to tail and put a torch between each pairs of tails. And when he had set fire to the torches, he let the foxes go into the standing grain of the Philistines, and set fire to the stacked grain and the standing grain, as well as the olive orchards. Then the Philistines said, who has done this? And they said, Samson, the son-in-law of the Temanite, because he has taken his wife and given her to his companion. And the Philistines came up and burned her and her father with fire. Hey, so let's just do a little short recap here, okay, so that we can see where we are at. We are talking about retribution here. Retribution. Samson avenging himself. So what's going on here is Samson has gone to visit his wife. He's come with a gift